Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Hey guys, Professor Presbury back with the episode of Hey Professor, the show where we talk about healthcare management, revenue cycle management, as well as business management. I am your Professor Javon M.H. Presbury. I'm going to do a video. If you saw the last one, that was on communication basics. This one is going to be on communication, but from a management variant, because they are different. If you're a traditional worker versus if you're in a leadership role, that does make a difference in your communication style and how people perceive you. It is important right off the bat that you understand that being in a leadership position or being in a management position means that your words hold more weight. So even if you're saying basic things, and honestly, in truth, the things that you don't say, but even if you're saying basic things, people are going to dissect and going to hang on and think about the things that you're saying, looking for different interpretations and or meaning. You could be very direct, but they may look at it and try to analyze it and break that down to see if there's anything that they should be worried about, or maybe what you mean, even if it's a positive way. If at all possible, when you're coming through your work area, try to be engaging with your staff, eye contact, try to say good morning. If you're walking through your regular work area, hey, good morning. Hey, good morning. Hi. Hey, did you get home okay last night? Small talk, remembering things about them makes you feel engaged, makes you feel personable, makes them feel noticed, makes them feel like you care, makes them feel like individuals. And I'm not saying this like this is some sort of trick. I mean, ideally you should care, on some level, and make sure that they're okay, because you're just two people trying to get through the day, right? It just happens to be that you're the management or you're the leader, but you don't want to come across as this very distant person. You want to come across as very warm and approachable, likable, etc. And I'll talk about the line, a little bit later on, but, there's importance in all of these things. If you were to, let's say, walk through your office and you don't say good morning to anyone, believe me, they are going to notice. If you walk out of your office and you don't say good night to anyone, believe me, they are going to notice. Act and move with parity as much as possible. And the reason I say that is because let's say that, for instance, you have one employee that is just difficult. We all have them. And, for whatever reason, this person always tends to be a handful for you. Always take the high road. If you're going to leave and you're going to say goodnight to 6 people, and this individual is the 7th, say goodnight to them as well. Understand that by not doing so, whether intentionally or not, and we sometimes, we get these subconscious biases where we just don't think about it, we just don't want to deal with it in our mind. That's going to be noticed. Believe me, people are going to pick up on that a lot more than you may think. And it's going to carry weight with them. And it's going to be something that they're going to focus on, that you did not say good night to them. They're going to be like, out of 5 days of the week, he didn't say good night to me 4 of them. They're going to notice those things, and it's going to be an issue. I'm guilty of this myself. In the past, I walked around with something on my mind. And I'd walk around, with a purpose and a focus, like really very singularly focused, with my notepad in my hand and my pen, and I'm writing things down. But it's just because I wanted to get back to my office so I could start working on whatever task it was I had in mind. Not understanding then, from an outward perception, I gave the appearance of someone that was aloof, someone that was unapproachable, someone that was mean. I had a very serious face. And yes, I was dealing with very serious issues, but not realizing that, the way I appear is noticed by other people. Now, again, I'm not saying you got to walk through your office, with a creepy I hurt my neck. Can't do that too fast. Creepy manufactured smile. I'm not saying, walk around there like that, but really realize, how you appear from the outside. And even if you are going to be doing those things, kind of stop and try to talk to people now and again. If you know a lot about your staff, stop and, hey, how is everything with your wife? Oh, your son's in college now. What's he taking up? Your daughter's getting big. Is she going to prom? Yeah, no, prom was great. I remember that age. Prom was amazing. Oh, well, when I was in college, I did this. Hey, if you have any questions, maybe I could help you out. Let me know. I can send you some information on it when I get a chance. Hey, how's the commute been? You recently moved to Jersey, right? Basic small talk can build between you and your staff a sense of normalcy and warmth. You don't want to seem, again, like I said, somebody who is distant. And while, yes, it is all business, things don't have to be awkward. You want to kind of remove that if you can, try to talk to them on a regular basis, but mix it up. Don't just talk to the same four people, because then it'll be very much a, well, those are your favorites kind of thing, and you don't want that. As I said in the last video, joking is fine. Being too jokey can be inappropriate or bad. Even more so when you're management. People are going to hang on to the things you say, and they're going to notice the things that you don't say. Be very deliberate in your words. Always pause, stop, and think before you speak, even when and if someone is trying to get a rise out of you, especially when they are trying to get a rise out of you. If you're wondering why this video is probably a little more slower paced as far as me speaking, I think I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing it because that's how I always do. At work, I'm always very, thoughtful about the things I say. I literally pause probably before everything I say in my mind to make sure that I'm not saying something that could either be perceived a certain way or get me in trouble. I am very careful in that, and I've been very successful in avoiding nonsense by making sure that I monitor how I'm speaking, the way I'm speaking, who I'm speaking to, and my body language as well. When you're setting a task, you want to make sure that the task is understood and that you're setting it in a firm but reasonable tone, and a tone that is not threatening, but it is understood to the recipient that you need these things done and that you mean business. It is perfectly okay to walk up to a staff member and say, hey, listen, I need this done, and I need it done by noon. It's about 1 o'clock. I figure that gives you enough time to get it done. If you have any issues, please let me know. And then to walk away. Because you're setting the expectation, you're telling them what you want done, you're telling them when you want it done. Now let's talk about please and thank you. I don't have a problem with please and thank you. I think that they go a long way, that they are great. But I don't want to tell you that as a person in management, you should be bending over backwards to say please and thank you. Because at the end of the day, you're here both doing your job, and the thank you is the paycheck. And that's not to sound distant or detached. Use your own judgment with your management style and your communication style as you need to, but understand that you don't need to say thank you after every task, because the truth is you're the boss. It's not that you're going to go behind everything you do and say thank you. That was another video. This was communication in the communication sub-series, but communication for management. So again, I'm your Professor Javon M.H. Presbury. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character. That is the true goal of education.